All right, Joseph?
All right, well, I prepared a few statements, but I can tell you that up front, I'm not in favor of spending any money on any of this. And I don't see any public groundswell to propel it forward. So all right, so like with many other topics, I see both good things and bad things in this item. Let's start with the good. It would allow residents to vote for 2 members of the city council instead of just 1. That's a good thing. It would also allow for continuity that doesn't get interrupted year after year by rotating the position, which requires at least a couple weeks, if not months, to adjust to. Now, the negative
People still
aspects,
think I'm mayor, Joseph. I think it takes years.
right, huh? So the negative aspects of this include getting a mayor that is in over their head, or possibly worse, one that becomes headstrong. Those are things that would have to be endured for years instead of the remainder of a given year. I believe it'd be less likely for a mayor in a rotational system to start thinking they're above the council. And if the mayor isn't really up to snuff, their time in that position would also be limited. Like most things in our city, this is something that, if pursued, needs to be done reflecting the will of the people. Now, for me to vote in favor of this, we would need to agree to hold at least one special meeting on it. Perhaps a workshop where all 5 members of the council could attend, but being less formal of a meeting than a city council meeting, where people could freely express their views and thoughts, and ultimately having it end up on the ballot. As an aside, I won't be in favor of spending any amount of money on a survey that is looking to divine what the voters might think about it. A serious concern when it comes to electing the mayor at large is which year will the election be in. In most cases, we can expect at least one of the candidates for mayor to be sitting city council member, which would then create issues of fairness to consider. If it's in a presidential year, such as this year, that would put council members from districts 2 and 4 at a disadvantage. If it were it would put the council members from districts 1, 3, and 5 in a bad position if they chose to run for mayor. I came up with 3 suggestions to consider. First, a resign to run mandate. If you want to run for mayor, you need to resign your seat first if it isn't already up at that election, and no running for both mayor and a seat on the council at the same time. Second option, make it a 2-year term similar to a member of the state assembly or a member of the US Congress. Third, though it would cost more, put the election either in an odd numbered year or make it during the primary instead of the general election. However, if this does go forward, I'd like to announce my candidacy for the mayor of Wildomar now, and I'm looking for your endorsements from my colleagues on the council. Who can I count on? All of you?
Yeah, thanks, Joseph, for your comments. Okay, Marcia?